Hello, everyone. Welcome to Silver, and it is a happy Monday for everyone as well. Or as a song goes, "Tell me why I don't like Mondays" and all that crap. But anyway, enough about that. Of course, actually, I do love Mondays because it is Silver tonight. Unfortunately, Alex has got a really bad spell of COVID, and unfortunately, we've got this lumbering fool in the commentary box tonight. Then we are almost ready to get going as well. Smithy's just got a couple of issues with some of the regs, said, but we'll be getting going in just a jiffy. So yes, hello everyone, and welcome to Silver tonight. Then let's go for the standings, shall we? And let's go for the standings now. And before we get going, then in the race itself, shall we? Of course, this is a single qualifying. No, it's not single shot qualifying. It is a short qualifying before we get going then. Only 18 minutes then to sort the drivers out then and all that kind of stuff. Goodness gracious me. Anyway, let's take a look then. And it is at the moment, then we have got Potstuff who leads the way in this very early stage of the championship at 35 points in front of Brabant in second. Third position is Dylan, who had an incredible race to begin the season last 2 weeks ago, but unfortunately, in Saudi Arabia, it went a bit peak tongue, unfortunately. But Dylan is still in the hunt in this very early stages. Fourth position is Dopey Lemon, strong performance from him. Jenner in fifth, great result last time out, magnificent. Farf in sixth with Irvine seventh. Then eighth position is Casal. Ewok Jr. on 6 points along with Casal. 10th position Camera Racer. Then we've got Reflections on 2 points, and then 1 point for Sweet and V Todd. Constructors stand out as the Haas team are 10 points in front of Alfa Romeo in second at the moment. Then 32 points is the Mercedes team. Red Bull then is next on 26 points. Ferrari on 15, along with McLaren also on 15 as well. And then we have got the Alpine team on 13, 7 points for Williams, 4 points for the Aston Martin, and who's last? Oh, and now for Tauri, the constructors champions, unfortunately not scoring a point yet, which is a bit of a shame indeed, isn't there? Oh, happy. Hello there, General Chazza checking in on his birthday. Happy birthday, Chazza. Of course, I wonder, how old are you today, Chazza? I think it's probably like 18 years old. Goodness gracious me. It feels like he's been on that construction site for years, hasn't he? Yeah, happy birthday to Chazza. Hello to Kaz, hello to Lights, hello to Goku. Tango, good evening. Good evening. I have a 5 second radio, just a reminder to be added to my race on. Thank you very much, Tango. Also, Smithy mentioned it as well. We have got German evening, Sean. Good evening, Sean German, and Gordo is gone to France for the week. Bonjour, au revoir, Gordo. Right, 30 seconds into this qualifying session, then, and before we get going, I think we need to also. Not only is it Chaz's birthday today, it's also another celebration, as it is happy 60th birthday for Farf. Well, maybe not his 60th birthday, but certainly happy 60th start for Farf tonight in silver, and also happy 80th start for V Todd as well. V Todd then has been around forever and a day. I think they're only 4 behind the legend himself, Cirrus Mushroom. Now, goodness gracious me, in the all-time silver stats then. Who's that coming out of the pits? So Jenna coming out of the pits at the moment. 17 on the construction site since I was born. Chaz was saying that. Goodness gracious me! The last time I was on the construction site was in Grand Theft Auto, and that didn't go very well. Right, but of course I don't like manual labour. I just have to sit in my chair all day. Anyway, yes, hello everyone. So welcome then. Of course, if you just joined us, unfortunately, no, Knowles tonight. He's not very well. Fair play to Knowles for driving last night. I got to say, I wouldn't have drove last night. I think I missed one of the when I was racing in HDE in season 6. I think HDE, sorry for the for Division 6, I think it was, or something like that. I think I had a sniffle in Saudi in Abu Dhabi in the following race of the season. I was like, I'm not playing. Yeah, there you go. I'm a wimp now when it comes to being ill and stuff like that. That is as far as my language skill goes, Gordo said. I know a lot of naughty words in German and French, but I better not say them on stream because we don't know where our viewers are from then, because we do welcome our viewers from all over the globe here in ALR. Here comes Carl Bryan, and he is super subbing tonight for Craigar in the Alpha Tari, coming up to the line to start us on our journey. Remember what happened last night then, an incredible enthralling Grand Prix, to say the least, and there's a lot of penalties that Farf is still trying to dissect then, but of course the race review will be out later on, and you'll know about the final results in gold. But goodness gracious me, action, drama, and all that kind of going on. But Immortal, as it stands at the moment, his first ever Grand Prix win in ALR, fantastic 17 for Immortal. Carl Bryan having a lot of minutest of oversteer there. Unfortunately, turn 6 has cost him here, and he is unfortunately that is his time that is not going to count then. Watching who have we got in front then? I think that's one of the Alpines that is just got away. And here is Dylan, then the Grand Prix winner from Bahrain, in an incredible showdown. An incredible showdown between himself and Lights, I believe it was. What an incredible race that was between himself and Young Lights. The closest finish we have had in ALR history. What an incredible result that was. And unfortunately, it didn't go too well, did it, in Saudi Arabia for Dylan. But, of course, we have got some very untraditional circuits to start us off in Silver this season. Of course, Bahrain, a traditional circuit. Then we go to, then we've been to Saudi Arabia and now to Australia. And next week to Azerbaijan, then is Dylan has set the fastest up so far in this qualifying session. This is the only qualifying session here tonight. Ignore the Q1 in the top left-hand side. Hopefully that'll get fixed one sooner or later. Yeah, so at the moment then it is just one qualifying session and 18 minutes and as many laps as your heart is desired in this one. However, no knockout stage then, but you've got to go quick quite early on in this one then. Dopey Lemons is currently fast at the moment. They've got yellow flag. I wouldn't ignore the yellow flags majority of this qualifying session because that's usually drivers then just slowing up then and letting their rivals through. Camera Racer invalidated his time, so he's going to have another bite of the cherry. I thought Gordo was on a lap. He is on a lap there in the Red Bull. Reflections is in the Mercedes. He has gone fifth fast at the moment. Mr. Lee has just popped himself into fourth at the moment. Mr. Lee has he got the red 5 on that Red Bull? Oh, he has indeed, hasn't he? I think he has. Of course, famous for Nigel Mansell, the 1992 Formula 1 World Champion there. Of course, that car, that number 5, very famous there. For the Williams fans from yesteryear. Echo then going fifth fastest in the Ferrari. Ferrari then have bit of a tough start in Silver. They've had a tough start up and down all the championships this season, haven't they, Ferrari up? But and so is Aston Martin as well. So hopefully, and that car is very unstable for Echo. We've had an update, haven't we, here today, and of course a lot of time trials have actually been wiped then. So I'm wondering if some drivers may have left it a bit too late then to sort their car setup out then, which may cost them here tonight then. We'll find out. Potstuff, the championship leader at the moment. Brilliant drive from Potstuff. Did he win last week? I think he did, didn't he? Well, he currently leads the championship and currently second fastest moment for Potstuff. Really showing his teeth in so far in the opening stages of the championship of the season. Then and we got Nadim, who is making his debut tonight in ALR. Welcome, Nadim. I hope you're having a great start to your ALR career. He's fifth fastest now in front of the season veterans of Mr. Elite, Echo, and Reflection. So that's a big statement of intent then for the McLaren driver. He is in tonight, I think, for Casal, who is not racing. Gordo is going for another bite of cherry. V-Top then, as I said, happy 80th start here tonight for V-Todd. Lovely. But he's coming into the pits and hopefully V-Todd is who's usually in yesteryear has been very, very quick, hasn't he? Usually in the point score machine, he struggled in the ground effect cars from last season. V-Todd did, unfortunately. This season he's only got a point so far, but he's only raced once. V-Todd has said, so we cannot We cannot. What am I saying? I don't know. Goodness me, I don't work on Mondays anymore, do I? I'm usually in bed at this time. But V Top, then of course we cannot judge his season too harshly yet. Same with Ultimate Beast. Only one race then, but I was expecting Ultimate Beast to be very much at the top of the timesheets and very much challenging for race wins and podiums right from the get-go. Gordo invalidated his time right from the get-go. Gordo has then another driver who I feel has really suffered with these new ground effect rules and for Gordo, but he's definitely given it a good old a good old stick at this, isn't he? Camera Racer in the Aston Martin, and of course Aston Martin, as we mentioned, a terrible start to the season so far for Aston Martin, but it's only just the beginning as well. We got. Hang on, let me bring my phone closer there. Come on, Tango, as Mitzi Matt then, of course. No Liam tonight. I don't think we got. I don't know who is Liam. I'm not sure who Liam is then. And the only Liam I know is Liam, yeah. Unless, of course, I must admit, I'm really put forward with names, to be honest. I must say, I didn't realise that that Favre's name was called Paul until about last year, and I've known Paul for 9 seasons of ALR, so pretty shocking indeed. Camera Racer coming up to the to turn 11 now. A good time so far. Evening. Get well soon, Alex. And yes, of course, Alex has got the horrific. He's got a horrific dose of COVID at the moment, hasn't he? So yeah, indeed, Alex. Then unfortunately has left you guys, you Silver fans, in the very incapable hands of me. Got Camera Racer coming across the line and going second fastest there. Camera Racer, I've never doubted this man's speed. He has been pretty much quicker than a hiccup, hasn't he? Camera Racer has. However, the problem that Camera Racer does usually come across is the consistency, isn't it? But I think the beauty is that with Camera Racer, it is much easier to find consistency than it is to find pure speed in a Formula 1 car. So Camera Racer has certainly got the hard bit down to a T, hasn't he? Here comes Ewok Jr., currently 11th fastest moment, a former gold race winner and a former gold constructors champion as well, a part of that all-conquering Renault team in season 2 of ALR. Goodness me, back in yesterday where we only had one league in ALR. Goodness gracious me. Tanga going second fastest here for Tanga. This is second out in the Aston Martin, replacing Dan Murphy, who unfortunately has given up his seat. Dan Murphy has then, we've given it to Tango, who's a regular driver in ALR, but we do miss Dan Murphy, and we hope to see him back in the cockpit in a not too distant future. Of course, but he probably gave up because he heard me shouting in his ear. Right, V-Todd then, as we mentioned, 80th starts on the most experienced driver on the grid this current crop of drivers. Only 4 away from Serious Mushroom now. Of course, we've got the all-time starts in silver, I think, with 84, if I'm not very much mistaken. Favre's name is Penny Farvin. To be honest, I think that's a perfect name for Penny, isn't it? That's a good stuff indeed. Talking to Penny, he hasn't come out of the pits yet. Actually, I tell a lie, the Alpine driver is out of the pits now. Lovely stuff indeed. Mitzi Matt has said yes, yes, Liam Yetta. No, Liam Yetta is no. I mean yes. Liam Yetta is in the it doesn't drive in silver. He does drive in gold on Sunday night. Said he had a very good race, I think, last night, didn't he? I think is trying. I think that there's a couple of penalties which Liam Yetta is almost could get removed as well. That's a lot of what Favre has been doing, unfortunately. I don't think Favre's actually had time to practice his race around here tonight, mainly because he's probably been doing a lot of stewarding work out of the gold race last night. But I think we, as you guys in the comments, are probably expecting more penalties here tonight. I'm anyway. Here comes Brabbit. Another championship contender, in my humble opinion. Currently just backed off ever so slightly. Sweet. Oh my goodness me. And Sweet there, almost off the circuit in the Williams. And of course, he was driving for gold last season. And in silver this season there. But goodness gracious me. Only 1 point so far for Sweet. Hopefully he can get some more points up for grab set. Come on, Eminem then, Serious Mushroom saying, oh, that's me getting up my days, E-race, then Mitzi Matt is saying, don't worry about that, my good sir. I must admit, I woke up today thinking it was Tuesday, so I'm absolutely depressed now, because there's nothing worse than thinking it's a day in front of a work week, isn't it? I don't know what I'm complaining for, because I got Friday off, of course, to watch the sprint race in, where are we? in Spa, of course, in the real world of Formula One. Of course, we're in Australia here tonight. Farf has gone 6 fastest. Goodness gracious me, Farf, incredible. You got Brad Potstuff is on pole position with 6 minutes to go, and he's found 4/10 a second over Dopey Lemons there. Wow, that's a great time indeed for Potstuff. Has he got pole position this season? I hear you out said. Let me check my old book then. No, because at the moment then pole position has been very much monopolised by one man then. I did play Monopoly the other day. I love Monopoly. Unfortunately, it did end in tears because I had to pay my hotel fee, and I stormed out the room. Yeah, Keza has had 2 pole positions in ALR Silver so far. No one else had any pole positions. However, Potstuff is hoping to buck that trend. Brabbit, goodness me, doing a David Coulthard there. Remember, Coulthard had an almighty swapper in 2004's McLaren, which looked very unique. He did. I love the McLaren 2004, but it wasn't very competitive, was it? Brabbit has gone 7th fastest out. He could, to be honest, he's lost probably half a second in that, hasn't he? Unfortunately, just watching the old comment sections. That's what, goodness me, you guys are chatty, aren't you? I don't know how Nolsa keeps up, to be honest. They're absolutely incredible stuff indeed. I struggled to keep up last night as well. As Irvine there just flicking it through the car park, and we got Ultimate Beast 6/10 of a second down. Beast is. I'm wondering if he might abandon this time. He has abandoned this time then for the Ferrari driver, and going for it again in car 66. And Beast has been the surprise of the season for me. So yeah, he's only done 1 race, and Saudi Arabia is not really a race where you can, well, that car needs a bit of a scrub. I would say, oh, Jenner then getting very light on the old rear there in turn number 2 here. And I think that may cost him a couple of tenths then. Brabbit then crawling back to the pits with 4 minutes to go. And here comes Camera Racing. Has he got a 17 in his pocket? He has, you know, a 17.6 there for Camaro. And he is on the front row of the grid then, alongside Potstuff here. Magnificent stuff. And that is going to give everyone in the Aston Martin a lift then, isn't they, after it's been a pretty disappointing start. Yellow flag then. And Irvine is joined his super sub teammate Nadim on row 3. Lovely stuff for the McLaren team at the moment. Great. Dylan, one of the early championship leader, down in 4th position at the moment in the championship there, but let's see what he's got, and that is neat and tidy. That's the tidiest I've seen through turn 10. Magnificent there from Dylan, and let's see what he's going to do on the stopwatch here. Tango, the car feels like it was made in the 80s out of steel. So heavy, Tango is saying that. So having trouble, said Tango is saying. Hopefully, that's a bit of a worry, because this is qualifying where the cars are going to be very much light as a feather then. I wish I was as light as a feather. Coming up to the line now is Dylan going second. That's a great time for Dylan. Found 7/10 of a second, but they're edging closer to Potstuff's target. Potstuff is the target at the moment, but they are edging closer, but still a 10th of a second gap between Potstuff and second place man, which is now Dylan. And Dylan will be happy with that then to get himself back near the sharp end of the field. You mad bro is good, done it as a 10th of a second up then. You mad bro, a former Coal Boat race winner. You mad bro is a former race winner in bronze as well. I'm not sure, I think he has won in, he's invalidated. I'm sure, has he won in silver? We'll check that out in just a minute. Vitor found 3/10 of a second in the second Alpine. His teammate Farf right up there at the moment. They're in 8th position. Farf's going to have a nosebleed, he's so high up there. I love the helmet design as well from Vitor. Of course, the helmet is the most important part of your racing repertoire. Throw your sandbags out, Tango then. So Scooby Stew, not tonight. Liam, yes, brother, Mitzi Mattis. Though Scooby Stew is tomorrow night then, in the Alpha Tari car, I believe that Scooby Stew is. He was on fine form last week, wasn't Scooby Stew? Was he? In the early stages of the Saudi Arabia Grand Prix, very unlucky then. Vitor has now matched his teammate to go 9th fastest. We're coming to the end of this qualifying session, believe it or not. I must admit, I'm a little behind the 8 ball here, aren't I? Which is nothing unusual. Gordo, let's see what Gordo can do then as he comes to the final part of the lap then. Scooby Stew is tomorrow and Wednesday. So it's saying, oh yes, I forgot about Formula 2. Yes, indeed. So Scooby Stew is tomorrow and Wednesday. Of course, a bronze tomorrow and then F2 on Wednesday as well. Then Gordo also matched his teammate as well. At the moment, it feels like a 2x2 grid at the moment. A bit Noah's Ark here. But Gordo, great time indeed. Then Mr. Elite in 13th position. Gordo in 14th. Echo flicking it through then at 9400 second. Then then down on his first split time. Echo is then matching his pace so far. Here's Reflections. They're down in 17th position at the moment. Then we've got Ewok in 18th, Carbrine in 19th, and 20th at the moment is Sweet. That is the back of the field thus far. And out of the final turn for Reflection. This is a better time. It's a much better time than he's in front of his teammate Brabbit there for car 84. Wow, good time indeed there for Reflections. That was great how he found so much time there. Really good stuff indeed. Echo is 202nd down. He's found the limit of the Ferrari in 16th position, unfortunately. But let's see what he's got in his back pocket then. He's out of the final turn. Let's see then. Accelerating, and Ewok is retired. And that's why he's at the exit of the final turn then. And yes, Echo has found a quarter of a second in the final split time. Great time indeed. And it goes in to 14th position then. Both Haas's are up next. And Dopey, Lemons, and Pot Stuff and Jinner are just coming across the line. Sorry, got an Aston Martin also starting. And here we go. This is it. Then it's all or nothing now, as Westlife used to sing back in yesteryear. Brabbit, who is also starting his lap then, 29 seconds ago. The McLaren in the background there, as Nadine is 2/10 of a second up. Then Red Bull are also coming across the line as well. Ewok unfortunately out qualifying. He had a big smash at the exit there. Of course, we've seen a lot of drivers over the years have caused having issues there. Former race winners like Coulthard and Michael Schumacher. Also, Adrian Sutil had a very unusual spin there back when DR's first introduced. And Nadim then is really showing his muscle, isn't he, there in third position. Camera out of qualifying, and he is going to be fourth on the grid. Then he'll be disappointed. That checker flag is fluttering in the breeze. Sweet then out of the final turn. Then what can Sweet do? He's currently not set a time so far. Jumps right up to third there, Sweet does. Great stuff indeed. What about Carbrine? Carbrine goes 18th and in front of his illustrious teammate. That's a very good time indeed. Dylan is improved by doesn't improve by the looks of things. He's invalidated his time and still in second position at the moment. What about our second Ferrari then? And I don't think they improve either. We've got the two Haas cars of Jinner coming across the line. Jinner stays, no, he goes 8th fastest there. And it's Pot Stuff on pole position and down under in the Australian Grand Prix. What about Tango? Tango displaces but Dopey Lemons in 6th position here. Wow, incredible stuff indeed there. We got a second Mercedes then of Brabbit Moon in South up to 8th position. What about Irvine coming over the grid hatch as well? Irvine in his 5th fastest. The McLaren team are loving life here in Australia. Can I catch Gordo? I can catch Gordo, but he stays in 70th position there. Last but not least, we got You Mad Bro then. He is down in 19th position. You Mad Bro is there. Goodness gracious me, that's unusual territory, isn't it, there, for the former Cobalt and Bronze Grand Prix winner. Out of the final turn for You Mad Bro, 15th fast in the end there for the Alpha Tauri, but that is not what the doctor ordered, but it is what the doctor ordered there for Pot Stuff. Pole position there for Pot Stuff. He lowered the bar right at the end there. Great stuff indeed there for Pot Stuff, and that is his first pole position of the season. That's the first pole position which is not named Keza. Good stuff indeed then for Pot Stuff and for the Haas team as well. Lovely jubbly indeed then. And that is also Haas's first pole position of the season, of course. Oh gosh. Believe it or not, that's actually Pot Stuff's first pole position of his career in silver. I can't believe that. I was actually, that's what I was looking for, just to see what it was. But Pot Stuff even taking a lap of honour here in Australia then, with a great pole position with Dylan alongside him on row 1. I do think that this is going to be a preview of what's to come in the championship this season. Really good stuff indeed then. In terms of the championship, who is out of position then? Well, Brabbit, I think, is a little out of position, down in 8th position then. Dopey Lemon is also a bit beyond the 8 ball as well, and goodness gracious me, and there it is, and the starting order for the Australian Grand Prix. I'm not sure the formation lap's on because of I wasn't looking. 7,700 seconds separates Pot Stuff and Dylan, and that could be the two championship protagonists, I feel, this season. Sweet, great performance in third position. This could be good points for him and the Williams team. Nadim on his debut, great stuff in fourth position, out qualifying Irvine in 5th. Irvine won the last race of the season in silver last season, and has really has had a stronger performance here tonight. Then Tango in 7th, Dopey 8th, Brabbit in 9th, Jinner completes the top 10, Far for 11th, V Todd in 12th, for Reflections 13th, Beast down in 14th there again. Beast has not got the pace at the moment. Same with you, Mad Bro. Echo in 16th, Mr. Elite 17th, Gordo 18th, Carbrian 19th, and Ewok completes the top 10 then. A second and a half covers the top 15, rightly as Luke said then. And of course, tomorrow, Matt, then, as Matt is getting muddled again. Don't worry about that, my good sir. Alex doesn't keep up then. We have also got Can't Actually Believe How Far Up I Am. Felt very poor then. Camero, Brabbit, and Gordo is my podium. Serious Mush was saying lost 2/10 in the last corner. Tango is kicking himself there. Nice and close, this is Gordo. Listen, it may not seem like much, but I'm delighted with my time. Good time, Gordo. Make really good stuff. Indeed, then Rabbit will go well in the race. Serious Mush was saying as well. Gordo also mentioned sorry I'm responding late, but totally agree with you saying that the ground effect thing really had poor pace over the past 2 games. Bring back F1 2020 if you ask me. Yes, indeed. That was the golden years of ALR, and wasn't it really? Goodness me, we had those lockdown laps, didn't we? We had hide and seek, racing around the circuits backward, and all that kind of stuff. Which really kept the morale up for some people that was really struggling through the lockdown, wasn't it? So really good stuff indeed. Well done to Alex for putting that on. I really enjoyed the hide and seek. I must admit, I've never laughed so hard in my life. Unfortunately, probably because that's the first time I'm allowed to properly play hide and seek. Usually because I'm a bit my rear posterior usually exposes me when I try and play hide and seek, because every time I'm hiding somewhere, my big bottom is usually exposed somewhere. Right, let's go through the grid, shall we? 29 laps, and we had issue with the grid last night. However, I think after a bit of investigation there from the admins, it did feel like that people was popping in and out of qualifying, weren't they? So hopefully that won't happen here tonight then. Thank you very much for giving up your Monday nights, by the way. Really appreciate that indeed. Keep your comments coming in. I need them, especially without Alex then really without Alex then helping you through the Grand Prix. I need help, so you guys are gonna have to help me. Right, soft tires for Carbrian, for Gordo, for V Todd, for Dopey Lemons. Happy 80th for V Todd. Happy 60th for Farp. Happy birthday to Chaz as well, who celebrated his birthday on the construction site, and hopefully Middlesbrough gets a good result in the championship this season as well. Ewok Jr. made a mistake then and is unfortunately down in 20th position, but he's on the medium tyres. Carbrian and Gordo 19th and 18th position then. And then we've got Red Bull, the second Red Bull, and 17th for Mr. Elite. Both Red Bulls on the second to last row. Echo in 16th. Remember, he was supreme in bronze last season. This season a bit more of a struggle then, isn't it? But it's about natural progression, isn't it? You Mad Bro, a Grand Prix winner in gold, in a bronze and cobalt in 15th. Then Ultimate Beast Center once again struggling with pace at the moment in the Ferrari. That is one big surprise for me for Ultimate Beast. I thought it'd be very much at the sharp end of the field then. It's raining and nothing else to do. Laugh out loud. Serious Rush was saying. Reflection in 13th. 12th is V Todd. 11th is Farf. 10th is Jinner, who is visiting the barrier very early on. That's not good. 9th position is Brabbit, but Serious Rush reckons that this man is going to be supreme in the race set. 8th is Dopey Lemons. Dopey Lemons a little beyond the 8th ball. You would like to be up there. He's gone on soft tyres. Had to go for an attack of opening run. Both Aston Martins are 7th and 6th. Great stuff. Both McLarens are 5th and 4th. Supreme stuff. Sweet in 3rd position then. Trying to open his accounts nicely here tonight. Dylan, the former championship leader in a nightmare in Saudi Arabia last week in 2nd position. Potstuff totally in the championship with a supreme win last week. Is now aiming for a second Grand Prix win of his career, and of course of his career and of the season as well for Potstuff. We're on board with him now then. As oh no, and Vito's been disqualified for reversing off the line, and I hope that. They're all revving, and are we ready to go, are we? We are ready to go down under for the Australian Grand Prix, and Victor has been completely disqualified. Goodness me, that's a harsh, isn't it? And we go all into turn 1, as there's a 2 Mercedes there going, locking wheels, Brabbit, and I think that is getting very cozy. Yellow flag in the background, and that's an Alpine of Victor out of the race, and Camaro's out of the race. There's a huge smash in the background, that's a terrible smash, and the Aston Martin, once again, Camaro racer then, and Aston Martin have had appalling rotten luck then, and goodness me, and it's a virtual safety car, no full safety car, out of the race. Speedton and Camera Racer already in this one, and that is absolutely disappointing indeed then. Hard's bad idea, I think Serious Rush was saying, and we'll look at the hard tires in a minute, but it's a virtual safety car then. Camera Racer out of the race, Aston Martin disappointed once again. Tango currently in 6th at the moment, Brabbit up 2, Ultimate Beast and you Mad Bro flown up to 6th position. Gordo's up 7. Carl Bryan up 6th position as well. Far down into 18th position then. Goodness gracious me. Gordo's been gives me a 5-second penalty for half a spin then. Of course, keep your footage, Gordo. You might be able to get that rescinded. As Serious Rush, I'm surprised about with the action at the back there. V Todd out of the race out for reversing on the grid apparently. Which is not a rule, actually, in real world of Formula 1. Of course, drivers have reversed on the grid before, haven't they? I think Fisichella quite infamously missed his grid spot a couple of times in Malaysia in 2001 and in 2003. And I'm sure in 2003 he had to reverse into his grid spot, didn't he? He didn't stall it. Now we're back racing, and here we go once again, and going down into turn 1 then. And that Aston Martin of Tango has actually jumped to Irvine now. Irvine may have been caught napping ever so slightly, and Tango up into 5th position now. Echo dropping down into last position there. We've got 3 cars in the pits, a Carl Bryan, Farf and Echo. A nightmare start for all drivers there at the back of the field, unfortunately. Then lap 2 of this Grand Prix. Currently Potstuff is leading then with Dylan in 2nd, Sweet in 3rd position. Nadim is all over the back of his Sweet. Then we're on board now with Nadim. Then of course he is a debutant here tonight and loving life, but of course he is driving in replace of Casal as Camaro out of the race, left the session furious, I'm sure, of what has occurred in this race. Then Camaro is going to be very disappointed, as is V Todd as well. I think that's very harsh for V Todd to be disqualified for reversing on the line. You're not allowed to reverse in the pit lane, but you are allowed to reverse on the starting grid, but apparently not in this game, unfortunately. V Todd disqualified and out of the Grand Prix, so I do feel sorry there for V Todd, the stewards. Well, no, V Todd's actually retired as well then, so it looks like he got disqualified, and then unfortunately was still in the race somehow. That is absolutely shocking there. Good evening to you, Vintage there. Lap 2 completed, and Potstuff still leads the way with Dylan in 2nd position, and Sweet in 3rd, and then we've got a bit of a queue behind Sweet, then haven't we? DRS, and there's 4 DRS zones around the Australian circuit here. Goodness gracious me, we've got DRS here, there, and everywhere. Going into turn 1, DRS has been enabled now. Has to down. Look at this, and all over the back. Tango is now with Nadim as we go into the Brundle turn of turn 3. Of course, Martin Brundle went over the back in barrel rolls over the back of Herbert and David Coulthard back in 1996, the first ever race around here. And my goodness gracious me. Just now on board once again with Tango at the moment, and Brabbit, who is in 7th position, and then of course he wants to get himself back into the sharp end of the field. Then Serious Russian mentioned the hard tires may not be maybe a bad idea. Then with you mad bro is up to 9th, good 17th, but Irvine and Dylan also on the hard tires as well. And Nadine is past Sweet. He's got past Sweet struggling out there, isn't he there? And look at this, and it's a Tango going slightly wide, and Irvine is going to have a challenge here down into the new reprofiled turn 11, which is not reprofiled this season. It was last season, Sean. Sort yourself out. Goodness me. And we go into the final part of the lap as well. So Echo, Farf and Carl Bryan have all made stops then after caught up in that midfield madness there. And look at this, Potstuff at a 2nd in front of Dylan, and Nadine is a 2nd behind from Dylan at the moment, and then it's all carnage behind Nadine. And look at this as they fly towards me now. Sweet having a sniff, but no more than that. Then as they go into turn 1 and 2, Lemons has got himself past Gordo and over to 12th position, then back on board with Tango. He's having a look then, he's close, he's very close, and goodness, and that good McLaren coming from a day late and $1 short. And I wonder if he was, I'm wondering if he just misjudged it then when Tango had a look then, and maybe went in a bit deep then, and unfortunately Irvine might have been surprised when Tango was coming back at him. Farf set the fast out of the race, but unfortunately, you mad bro is off the circuit. He's going backwards out of turn 5, and he does want to damage the rear crash structure of the car. He has done really well to recover. Irvine has dropped down into 6th position there with B-Sec getting past as well. Reflections also passing at the Aston Martin, up into 11th position now for Reflections. Tango's going to be disappointed. That is the unfortunate, and I say that is such a shame. Then it does happen in Formula 1, doesn't it? But I do feel there's going to be an investigation there for Irvine. And I have a feeling he might get a slap on the wrist. And Dopey Lemons in 8th position, and Jinner is dropped down to 9th there, but Jinner is on the hard tires. And Jinner, the bronze champion. We've got 2 bronze champions in this category this season. season. Tango getting past the reflections and back up into 11th position. Jinner, of course, the latest bronze champion, the season 5 champion, and Dylan, the season 3 champion for bronze as well. And so Dylan is currently leading the way. We've never had a bronze and a silver champion. We've had a silver and a gold champion. We've had 2 now. We've never had a bronze and a silver. And goodness gracious me then, but it's way too early to be thinking about the championship. Goodness gracious me. And Jinner all over the back of Lemons, and he's going on the outside. And the soft tires, I think, have faded very quickly. Great maneuver there from Jinner. That is controlled stuff there from the bronze champion. That's exactly what you get there. Haas knew exactly what you get on the tin with Jinner as well. Very composed indeed in 8th position then. Good stuff indeed. I think that this is Jinner's first race win the season last season for bronze, wasn't it, Darren? So he does love this circuit. We'll see how it transpires then. We're hopefully going to settle down a bit then. Some over aggressive there, Vintage is saying, and that's one way to check who's behind you at UMAD Pro. Unfortunately, there is Dopey Lemons got past Jinner. Then what's getting is that's the DRS effect here. And my goodness me, is Tango, who of course is going to be a bit unhappy about being in this position now. Jinner going back on the inside of Dopey Lemons, and they're locking wheels, and they somehow avoid collision now. Tango there is being hung out to dry by Ewok by the looks, but Tango has kept the position. They're great defending, but he's all over the road at the moment there. Reflections up the inside of Gordo. Gordo's going to try and stay on the inside, but the soft tires I don't think are going to well past their punch now, aren't they? And Gordo down into 12th position there. And we've also got Jinner and Dopey Lemons there are fighting all out there. It's an all-out war in 8th and 9th position there. Jinner all over the back. We're almost pushing that car out of turn 2. Irvine's up in 5th position. Beast jumped down into 6th there. Into the Brandle turn again. Then Dopey Lemons stayed on the outside. He had no purchase. And he's had to yield then, hasn't he? Can Jinner stay in front now? Goodness gracious me. Goodness gracious me then. We're on board then with Dopey Lemons and Jinner currently in 8th position there. We've got Ultimate Beast dropping down into 6th position there. Ultimate Beast is, but I think he'll be very happy after oh my gosh, there what is going on here again, and now Dopey Lemons back up into 5th position. Magnificent racing now. I'm loving this then, but I don't think it's helping their race though, is it? Gordo there is just in front of us, but I think that we're going to be concerned about Ewok then going this way and that way, trying to switch through, but Tango's parked very much exactly in the middle of the circuit, and there's no way past the Aston Martin there in 13th position. And hello everyone, if you just joined us, and welcome to the Australian Grand Prix. And what is going on here? Did I see the yellow flag, and they're all over the show. There's cars everywhere, and Reflections in the pits, and Mr. Elite is also in the pits as well. And I was wondering what was going on, and goodness gracious me, now we got Ewok then all over the back of Dopey Lemons has to go into turn 1 here, and he's having a look then, and somehow Dopey Lemons still is in front of the moment. This is absolute chaos in the Australian Grand Prix. Ewok is open to 10th position, he's up the inside, he passes Lemons there, for 10th position, then through he goes. Dopey Lemons there in at 10th position, and Tango's sneaking through with Jinner into 11th as well. My golly gosh there. Absolute incredible stuff there. Oh my word, I don't have a clue what is occurring in this one. Good gracious me. And gosh, there, I must say that it's a very, very much a manic Monday. Doesn't feel like Sunday. Right, we got Jinner once again all over the back of Tango again. So we've seen a couple of drivers come to pits there. I must admit there, I had no idea what was going on. We're trying to fathom them out as quickly as possible. Mr. Elite and I think it was Reflections came into the pits. I'm not sure if they had damage or not. Then Ewok is now down into 10th position. And Dopey Lemons up to 9th, and the Aston Martin is just tapped. Oh, and taken out, unfortunately, Ewok Jr. And goodness me, Tango then, of course, got spun around earlier on, is now spun around Miss Ewok Jr., unfortunately. I think, I'm not sure if he was just misjudged coming out of turn 13, then Umabro passed Ewok Jr. as well, but I think that one may also be investigated after the race. So speak for Monty, I hope he doesn't have to go to got an early start tomorrow, because he might be up for a very long time here tonight. Jinner all over the back of Tango once again, and look up there, there he comes on the outside. He's getting a squeeze. There's a squeeze of rubbing. Goodness gracious me. And Formula One is not usually a contact sport, but my gosh, and they have certainly thrown convention out of the window here tonight there. Jenner currently in 11th position and pot stuff leads. And Jenner's teammate at the moment there is having a much more leisurely drive in at the lead of the Grand Prix. Now Sweet up into 3rd position, passes Nadine. Nadine hasn't got a DRS then. I know, very well held there from the debutant and Nadine. Then Jenner as through and up into 10th position as well. Down into 11th position, there goes a Tango here as they go over the curb. Then as they go over the curb as well. Can Tango get himself back in front? He doesn't have DRS, and does he? Down into turn 11 here. Lap 9 out of 29 here. Then, of course, we don't expect any rain in this race. You mad bro, down in 13th position. We don't expect any rain in this race, of course. So it is going to be a straightforward, strategical course. And unless there is of course, is a safety car or anything like that, we've still got 18 runners and riders in this one. We've got still 18 runners and riders in this one. It's Carl Bryan and Mr. Elite. I can't keep up with what's going on here. Carl Bryan now, of course, the super sub then for Craig R, trying to get his elbows out here. Oh gosh, I mean, goodness me, Mr. Elite is having none of it then. Throws caution to the wind now, and he forced his way through. Gordo is now up into now down to 9th, and Dopey Lemon's up into 8th. I'm impressed with how long these super softs, goodness me, I'm a couple of years behind now. Impressed how long these soft tires have lasted here. Really good stuff indeed then, and that is going to push them. Jenner's got a 3-second penalty. That is going to push them very much, and so is Ultimate Beats, and they're raining in now. Penalties that were a major factor last night, and they're going to be again here tonight. But the soft tires are making them work to quite decent into the race there. We are coming up to, we're about 5 laps away from half distance there. I wonder if they might try and go for the medium tires, the soft runners there. That would be pretty impressive to say the least. I've missed all your comments there. I'll try and read them out in just a jiffy, if I can, of course. But as soon as I look down, I bet you that something else is going to happen, like Echo and Carbra. Oh my goodness me! And I think that that was a bit robust, to say the least. Like Carbra does let Echo through there, but goodness me, that was brutal. And Brabbitt's in the pits, and he's changed the nose cone, and now coming back out on circuit as well in car 5 in the Mercedes here, as he just tours back out of the pit lane. Where is he going to come out? I'm wondering if that was a forced pit stop here. Here's Farfan, who pitted very early on in this race. He does need a safety car to get himself back into the thick of things, but good stuff indeed. Goodness me, Gordo forcing Jenner off the circuit, and Tango almost into the back of Jenner. Good gracious me. These drivers have certainly had their Weetabix tonight, haven't they? Oh my goodness me. Wow. Oh gosh. Sort of Weetabix. I'm absolutely disgusted of how much they've shrunk those Weetabix. They used to be massive when I was younger. They are not anymore. Jenner coming back out. Gordo, then Gordo. Oh gosh, and Gordo then almost there. And now he's through and up into 8th position there. Gordo down into 9th. And I think we had a bit of a camera angle that may have looked a bit more extreme than what it was, though. But now Gordo's going to have to defend again. Then Tango, he's going on the inside. He was too far back there, wasn't he? I do think that turn 11 is a bit too acute there, isn't it? I think it's a bit too. I don't think it's a bit awkward, isn't it? There, as yellow flag, Jenner is out of the race, and Jenner, where has he gone? We got a full safety car here. He's gone off the circuit. I can't remember many cars crashed around there. Coolfight crashed around there in practice in 98 or 99. Ricardo crashed just before that corner, didn't he, in 2017? Into the pits, there comes Ewok then. We've got a lot of drivers in the pits. Dopey Lemon's there coming out of the pits now. And Jenner's incredible podium last time out. It's not going to be repeated here tonight, unfortunately. Dopey Lemon's is the highest driver then to pit then. Brabbitt is in 8th position there. 9th is Tango. Mr. Elite in 10th position. Gordo in 11th, and with Ewok Jr. 12th. You Mabro in the pits, far from the pits. This is perfect for the drivers behind, as for reflection also in the pits as well. Then, so safety car at the moment. Let me catch up with the comments, shall we? Some over aggressive there. They really were indeed, weren't they? We've also got. Nice there, Jenner, so I don't think I could have avoided that. How, and also in the comments said, how you going to have a silver champ race a bronze champ when silver gets promoted? Sean's logic, serious mushroom saying that. That is true. However, my excuse is I don't work Mondays. But then what is my excuse for Sundays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays? Well, I unfortunately haven't got an excuse for that. I'm just thick. Get well soon, Alex. I'm okay. Just can't talk for more than a minute without coughing my lungs up. So it wouldn't last an hour. Laugh out loud. I struggle to last an hour as well. Into the pits comes Pot Stuff. Where there is his Haas mechanic saying, going to work. These cars are very grubby here in Albert Park, aren't they? Of course, this is normally a street circuit. This is normally a parkland when F1 is not rolling around. And that, in those garages, is usually a sports centre, as I found out on TikTok the other day. I'm very sad. That's exactly what I do. I like seeing what usually happens when F1 is not around in Albert Park. I mean, it's really good, isn't it? I think upstairs like an indoor football facility as well, or a gym of some kind. Ultimate Beast out in fifth. Sixth is Irvine, and safety cars out at the moment. So the only driver to go on soft tires is Echo there. I think that the safety cars pushed in those soft runners, and who may have thought about going to medium tires and onto the hard tires now. So we'll see how this one transpires then. Good to hear, not the lung thing I mean then. Movement Ninja won't. Well, I will be racing in bronze, but it seems a bit laugh out loud. Hope everyone is well then. Serious Russian Tango has a 5-second penalty too, and driving aggressive. Soft medium got to be better than. Weetabix are the same size. You're bigger. Trolls, that is true. I'm very bigger. I am a lot bigger. Into the pits comes Echo then, and also we got Ewoking. Oh no, we haven't. And Ewok's just coming to the pits as well on fresh medium tires. Echo's gone back on the hard tires. The end of the Grand Prix. Hope everyone is having. Hope everyone's evening is going well then. Really is indeed then. So Moomin Ninja. They're not driving in bronze next season. I hope. Well, hopefully you'll be driving in silver, my good sir. And you'll be having a very adventurous Grand Prix here in silver then. But I must say, and I think it's the nature of the circuit, Australia, is that it's a fast-flowing circuit, and it does always entice drivers to have a lunge, doesn't it? There. All right, lap 12 of this race, 9.5 distance yet. Then, of course, last night's stream. Now, I think we stopped at about 12 hours. Goodness me, 2 hours 13 minutes, in which I think I got to bed about 10:30, which is very late for me. Of course, an old man like myself, I should be in bed not long after dark. Pot Stuff, who is currently just leading behind the safety car at the moment, and we'll take stock in a minute. 3-second penalties out there for reflections for Carbine, for Gordo, and for Ultimate Beast, and that is going to be disappointing deep for those drivers, but they have to keep it clean and precise now for the second half of the Grand Prix, which is about to start. Movement Ninja. The reason why is that no one has responded to me, or I haven't done the ticket thing properly. I haven't got a clue. I think it's more likely that because Alex Farf and Smithy usually do the trial thing. I'm not allowed, maybe because I'll get it completely wrong, and that's not a good thing, is it? But of course, I have other uses, like usually ask what everyone's had for breakfast. But I think the reason being for that movement is because of it's race day for silver, so Smith and my team is probably sorting out the silver stuff. Farf is just sorting out the gold stuff still as well, and of course Alex is not very well, so someone will get back to you fairly sharp percent. So don't worry about that, my good sir. Everything will be all sorted very, very quickly indeed then. So yes, nothing to fear. The admins will be here. Right, safety car out at the moment. We've got Echo, who is just at the back of the field moment, but he's gone onto those hard tires until the end of the Grand Prix. Safety car is in at the end of this lap, and we'll be going racing once again then. So yes, Bert Mylander is going to zoom off now in that beautiful Mercedes AMG, and we'll get going once again then. 3 retirements, Gino out of the race, and he calls the safety car. Camera Racer retired on that one then, a huge smash, and V-Todd apparently got disqualified for reversing on the grid then, which is very much very unusual to say the least. I've never seen that before. And I think Codemasters might need to review the FIA book. And Farf has got a 5-second penalty for going into the back of you, mad bro. Hopefully, I haven't damaged his car. He has damaged his car far faster. That's a crying shame now for Farf on his 60th start tonight. Oh dear, Farfa, that is going to be painful, isn't it? Farfa finally caught to the back of here, back of the Crocodile. He's now got damage to his Alpine car. When is Pot Stuff going to go then? So Pot Stuff is not gone yet. Did I see more debris there? I'm not sure. I may have done there. And there's a red ball in the pits. And Mr. Elite has been speeding in the pit lane. We're now back racing again. Then Pot Stuff leads. Second is Dylan. Third position there as we've got Brabbit and Tango who are doing the Tango out of turn one. And Brabbit is through. And Tango is, goodness me, there's three abreast here. And we got four cars also fighting in front of us as well. Tango down into turn three then on the outside of the red ball. And we got Beast and Nadine also through as well. And I don't know. Oh my gosh, that Ferrari is through. And in fourth position, passes the two McLarens down into fifth and sixth now. Dopey Lemons in seventh then with Brabbit in eighth and Tango in ninth, Gordo 10th. 11th position is Umadbro with Car Brian in 12th, Ewok in 13th, Reflections 14th, Echo 50th, Mr. Lee in 4th. And Dylan takes the lead of the Australian Grand Prix. And that is, I think that's the first time that Pot Stuff has lost the lead then. Oh goodness gracious me, there's a flick out turn 3 of no, it is turn 10 here. And now Dylan is going, but who? It's Pot Stuff going for the lead then in the Australian Grand Prix here in Albert Park. Wow, incredible stuff then. Sweet is ready to part as well. Ultimate Beast has got a cube behind him, and there's the two McLarens snapping at his heels then. With Dopey Lemons very much in the facility as well. Coming through to complete lap 14 in this race. No, 15 then. I'm a lap behind. Dylan sets the fast half of the race and no DRS just yet. Then both McLaren, so I haven't looked at Tango popping out then from underneath the rear wing of Tango and passes the Mercedes and moves himself up in to 8th position. Now Brabbit into 9th, but 10th position is Gordo at the moment. We've got penalties there, which we'll review at a later date in this Australian Grand Prix there. Down into the Brundle turn once again. Goodness gracious me, reflections all over the back of Ewok Jr., who is up into 12th position. And here is Dylan then. Dylan in Alpha, sweet for me then. Of course, I don't think that Serious Russian wants Sweet to go in the Alfa Romeo. Well, he might want Sweet to go in the Alfa Romeo because he's done a great job in front position. I think that Serious Russian means that Sweet as in more points for the Alfa Romeo team then. Reflections as nips past Ewok Jr. and up into 13th position there for the Williams driver. So Dopey Lemons has got a 3-second penalty. Is that his second penalty there for Dopey Lemons? No, it's not. Then I'm just lying. Right, back at the front. Dylan is now pulling away. He is on the medium tyres, of course. So isn't he? So that is why Dylan has got the advantage at the moment. And of course, using the strategy to absolute perfection. And remember, Dylan started on the hard tyres, and now the strategy has gone the other way. And that is perfect. That safety car has been perfect for Dylan. Sets another fast lap. There was Sweet in third position. Pot Stuff in second. Ultimate Beast is 2 seconds back in the road. DRS has now been enabled, but goodness me, they didn't need DRS before, did they? And it's going to cause absolute more anarchy in this Grand Prix. Just watching on board of everybody. Moment. Strong forwards for both the McLaren team then, not just like in Hungary as well. Great 17 to see the McLaren teams up there. Nadim then making his debut tonight and then absolutely fired on all cylinders. Good 17th there. Of course, he is replacing Casal, who is not driving, I think, for a couple of weeks ago. I think the Casal's on holiday, isn't he, or something like that. Watching from the viewpoint of the McLaren driver now, and he's all over the back of Beast. Pot Stuff is still in DRS of Dylan at the moment. They're both the drivers in the first and second have already run a race this season, fighting for that second race win as well. Nadine on the outside passes the Ferrari. You Mad Bro has got past Reflections as well on the outside. Great 17th there for You Mad Bro. He has suffered on the hard tyres. Now You Mad Bro is on the medium. Let's see how this one transpires. And goodness me, the Irvine almost into the back of that Ferrari as Ultimate Beast are strong to get on the power out of turn 11 here. Pot Stuff still with him DRS, and Sweet has actually dropped out of DRS now at the top two, but I think Sweet would be very happy to get some much needed good points then for the Williams team. Teammate Ewok down in 13th position at the moment, but he's on the medium tyres now and will have the quicker second stint then, I'm sure of it then. Oh, my word. And that Ferrari and the McLaren sandwich here. Nadim then, great driving some of the moment. And of course, if he wasn't reserve, I'll be giving him driver of the day then. But absolutely magnificent 17, but his teammates also doing well. Dopey Lemons now all over the back of Irvine, and Irvine would like to get past the Ferrari as quickly as possible. However, having said that, they haven't, Nadim hasn't dropped the Ferrari, has he? So Nadim is just in front, but I do feel that Beast is kind of the bottleneck then for this queue of cars at this moment in time then. As Flick in through, flicking past our Serious Rush Mass. What is a holiday? Exactly, goodness me. Shameful behaviour, isn't it? We're on board now with Dopey Lemons, who's going on the outside here. Mr. Lee's got 3 seconds behind the Ferrari in front of us as well. Contact with the wall, contact with Beast and Nadine, and there's a goodness gracious we got on the outside there. And wow, I think how did they all keep their cars intact? It's beyond me. And now we got Irvine up into, oh my gosh, Irvine now up into 5th position, and Nadine has been hung out to dry. I can't believe that. And now Tango is on the outside as well. We got Gordo dropping down the order. Gordo's been hung out to dry as well on the outside, but he's going to stay on the inside. That he has gone on the inside, and you mad bro is going to have another bite of cherry later on in this one now. That was incredible car control there from Ultima Beast and Nadine, but unfortunately Nadine is down into 7th now. He's lost 2 positions because of that then, and well, actually make it 3 because look at Tango on the outside here, and now he'll have the inside there for turn 2, and he passes the McLaren, moves himself up into 7th position, but Nadine is having done it. He's going on the outside now. Unfortunately, it's the curse of the commentary, because I just said that he was doing such a good job, wasn't he, in that McLaren, and unfortunately it's unravelled, hasn't it, ever so slightly. Out there, Mad Bro's off and in the wall, and you turn 5 then, who's usually a major problem for the drivers around here. However, tonight then the drivers have done decent around there, but unfortunately, you Mad Bro, I think as far as I know, is the second victim around here, because we had a problem in qualifying as well, didn't we? Nadine is back past Tango and up into 7th position, but we got to take a look at the battle for the lead then, which is between Potstuff and Dylan now as they go into turn at number 11 as well. Look, the Ferrari is lost out to the McLaren as well, and goodness me, his throwback to 1998 here in Australia. Wow, incredible stuff indeed. Then his reflections now up into 11th position. He walked down into 12th position out of the final turn. Then pot stuff, and I think he's drawing superb, isn't he, tonight? Then he was hanging on to Dylan, who's on the medium tyres, had lap 19 out of 20 on here, 11 laps to go here in Australia, and Dopey Lemons there all over the back of Bisa as well. Bisa is almost half a second behind Irvine now up the inside, a track position. Not quite then. Beast hanging it out to dry. Nicely done there. Beast is doing some very good defensive work out there, I must say. I think a lot of other drivers, i.e. me, would be falling down like a rock in a water, like a rock in a river, maybe. Oh gosh, I must admit there, Silver's always been fraught, hasn't there? I shouldn't be surprised whatsoever, should I? But I'm absolutely famished here. Incredible racing, to say the least. And we've got 17 cars still left on the circuit, as we're now just on board with Pot Stuff, as well as Serious Russia is getting kind of hectic. Go on, Eddie, haha, still got it after all these years. If you know, you know. Serious Russia, Eddie Irvine, and Irvine, talking of Irvine, he's out of the race, and he's gone off at turn 10 here, safety car, and oh goodness gracious me, and Irvine's incredible race there has unfortunately been stopped at the exit of turn 10, and that is such a shame indeed there. And I was about to give a line out for Irvine as well, really, but unfortunately there's no point now, isn't there? Yes, much. I never knew Eminem's started racing F1, but I guess he's having a break from making albums. Haha. Unfortunately, we have Serious Russia. We cursed Irvine. We have indeed. Then. So I was about to say Irvine won his first ever Grand Prix here back in 1999, didn't he? For the Ferrari team. Into the pits comes Brabant, I believe, is on soft tyres. Gordo's asked if soft tyres. Shall go soft. Serious Russia has gone, yes, Gordo, yes, put those soft tyres on there. Brabant's put soft tyres on them with just about 10 laps to go. That should be more than enough. We've seen the soft tyres do a very decent stint on the opening laps here, didn't we? On a few different cars. And we got Umabro out of the pits as well. Farf has got a reprieve here, hasn't he, there, as he moves himself up into a 14th position there. However, he's still on an old set of boots here, Farf is. I wonder if he's run out of tyres, Farf, unfortunately, but we'll see how that one transpires. Mr. Lee also at the pit down in 16th position there. And to be fair, they were quite badly used there. Gordo was saying, just saw the name of B Rabbit that he calls Brabant in 13th position. Okay, of course. I must admit, I'm a big fan of it. I really liked Eminem back in the old days. I really like his new stuff as well. Not his new stuff anymore. I think he had a bit of a revival, didn't he, in like 2010? And I really did like I really did like Eminem back then, of course, where You're Not Afraid and all that kind of stuff. And he did a collab with Rihanna, didn't he? He did two collabs with Rihanna, didn't he, or something like that, I think. Oh goodness me! Way back when I was a young ginger, and yeah, Irvine got mugged out for all because Schumacher was the golden boy. To be fair to Irvine, there was an incredible interview that Irvine did with Steve Ryder. I can't remember. I think it was quite a way after his career ended, but he openly said that he would have done the same at Ferrari, because Michael Schumacher used to drive, whilst Irvine used to be able to drive the circuit every inch or every meter of the circuit. Schumacher used to drive the circuit every millimeter. He was that incredible. So Irvine was quite open about it, wasn't he? Really happy to be number two. Sometimes it was quite frustrating, especially being, of course, an Irvine fan and everything. Serious Russian says facts. When Schumacher did break his leg in the British Grand Prix in '99, that did really help. Did release Irvine. Unfortunately, Ferrari stopped developing, I think, didn't they, that year? And that potentially cost them the championship. Of course, Schumacher was, and of course, there was another story, I think, back in '99 as well. Wasn't Schumacher reluctant to come back because he didn't? Because I don't think he was really wanted to help Irvine to win the championship, did he? Because he wants to be the man to bring it back to. Bring it back to Maranello. Great scenes back in yesteryear as well. But yeah, I got to say, Irvine got all his 4 wins back in '99, and I love the '99 season. It's one of my favorite seasons looking back on Formula One. Great to see Heinz Frentzen and Jordan as well. He was magnificent, wasn't he? I think in the 1999 Australian Grand Prix, wasn't there only 8 or 7 drivers that finished? I think Schumacher finished last in that race as well, didn't he? It was an incredible race. Well, currently we've got 16 so far, so we've got double what we had finished in 1999, which is good stuff indeed there. We have got... Irvine was Raikkonen before he had Raikkonen, and then to us, I think Barrichello is exactly the same. So another problem behind the safety car. Goodness gracious me, another 5-second problem. But look how much they get bunched up then at the moment. Yeah, Schumacher was amazing, no doubt, and it was such terrible and such a shame he's not on the grid with Mick. Seriously makes me cry at times thinking about it. It is indeed, and I'm wondering then if Mick's career would have gone a different path as well if Michael was around there. I think it's still an absolute achievement though for Mick to get to F1 as well. And of course, but anyway, let's get back to ALR, shall we? As we're out of the final turn, and let's get going. And Dylan now leads the way. That they have jumped Sweet then, who's a second back already. Then when DRS comes into play on lap 24, 25, that could cost Sweet. Then let's see how he can get back into the facility of DRS here. Ultimate Beast, I get a 5-second penalty. I think another driver got a 5-second penalty as well. Favre getting past Mr. Elite, then Favre got a 3-second penalty there. Unfortunately, we caught him red-handed there. Well, almost, anyway. We didn't see till the graphic was in the way, but we just assumed that Favre got a penalty. And look at what's going on here. I don't know, to be honest, and Carbine has not pitted, and he is now, oh my gosh, and that's a huge spin there, and Carbine has gone around 360 degrees head twice, and goodness me, that was quite, it was very dangerous around the outside of turn 5, was there? Should Tango give him more space, or should, we've got more yellow flags there, I think it's for Carbine. Dopey Lemons is now in 4th position, getting past Ultimate Beast as well, good stuff indeed, then, there it is, and of course McLaren, who was having a great day, but now 1s and 6. 1 is in the hedge here in Australia as Ultimate Beast down into 5th position. And Tango now up into 9th, and Ewok in 10th position. Tango does not want any more. And that Mercedes there. Oh, and he spun it. Brabant has there. Brabant has spun it in the background there. And I wonder if he was too far back there. Brabant was. We didn't see very well because he was quite a way back. Then Echo is up into 10th position. Passes Ewok. Then Favre on the outside. And it's now with 11th position. Favre has come alive all of a sudden here when it was looking a bit of a damp squib here. Also, no, it is a bro up into 12th position as well. Passes Ewok Jr. down to 13th. Ewok has not got any fresh tyres, and nor has Mr. Elite either. The freshest driver with the driver with the freshest tyre, maybe with the freshest trim as well, is Tango, who is now up into 9th position. Now he's got to get past Reflections here. Reflections there. He's going to get the fence event. There's no way on the outside there for Tango, so he's going to go up and under here. We've got Farfo's on the soft tires, and he's the highest driver on the softs as well. Brabbit was on the softs. He is all over the back. Farface of Echo. Goodness gracious me, that he is very much attached to the gearbox here, and Tango's having a look now into reflections here, and we got Farfa there as well, and goodness gracious me, on the outside. Incredible, magnificent stuff there, and he is now up into 8th position. Farfa's now got Echo very much in his sights as well. Gordo down, then Tiger's past 2 cars all in the same section of the race here. Farfair, who is now getting attacked on the outside, but Umabro's got off the circuit in front of Mr. Elite. That is, unfortunately, it's not going well for Umabro. It's not. Farfair's past his Echo, is dropped down the order, and Nadine is off the circuit as well. It's chaos in this race then. DRS has now been enabled out of the far turn. Farfair's got 3 cars there in the matter of a twinkle of an eye, with them all going all over the circuit here. Farfair's up into 6th position. Magnificent recovery, and up the inside goes Reflections there. He's going to be hung out to dry, and now Gordo's through. Mr. Elite is through as well. You Mad Bro is also through. Goodness gracious me, there is action all the way up and down the order here. Echo on the outside now. Echo on the outside into turn number 3, and he has done it. Echo has there. My word, what incredible racer that was, and I can't believe there wasn't a major incident there. But Farf, who has been in the back of the field for most of the race, is now up into 6th position. He does have penalties so far. We'll check the penalties in a minute. Mr. Elite on the outside there, who is now past Gordo. What about Echo then also trying to get past? Oh gosh, there, and almost a spin there on that back straight there. That would have been an airplane crash there. And my goodness gracious me, Echo all over the back of Uman Bro once again. Echo is going this way and that way, getting very aggressive underneath the rear wing of the AlphaTauri. Oh, caught him a bit of roving wheels out on the outside. Uman Bro has lost out there. Now we got Reflections also in 12th position as well. Oh my goodness gracious me. Driver of the day is out then. Who are you going to put in for driver of the day? Dylan Sweet or Farfet? The choice is yours. The choice is yours. Out of the final turn then, and Echo is now up into 9th position, and Gordo dropped down to 10th position. And we have got DRS, and goodness me, I thought Gordo drove into the side of Umad Bro there. My peripheral vision was a bit dodgy. And now we got Umad Bro giving Gordo a bit of a helping hand out of turn 2, and he's on the outside, Umad Bro. And so we've got the 2 Mercedes fighting in the back as well. Gordo going on the inside. Mad Bro hanging it on the outside. Magnificent racing there from both drivers. Love it. Tango has hit more people than Tyson's gloves there. Tango, very much certainly the gloves are off here tonight for Tango, and he is fighting his tooth and nail to get some points on the Aston Martin car. He is certainly fighting. And the Potstep leads in the Australian Grand Prix. There's 4 laps to go. Oh my goodness me, and he takes the lead. Potstep does. He does have a penalty. Dylan doesn't. He needs to stay within that 3-second window now to keep that win. And Mr. Elite is down to 9th position. Umad Bro. Oh goodness gracious me! And now we have got Umad Bro on the outside. Can Mr. Elite get on the inside? He's got the inside. But Umad Bro, oh goodness me, and they almost merged into the barrel. We had a huge shunt there in the first ever ALR race, didn't we, between Yoka and then I'm sure it was Vesley back in season 1 then. And who is that? That's Gordo off the circuit. Brabbit up into 11th position now, and also Reflections almost up to 12th there, but he had to yield there, didn't he? Oh my goodness me, Umad Bro now up in at 2. Tango's got a 3-second penalty. Umad Bro up into 10th position. That Ultimate Beast has dropped down to 6 now then, with Farf marching through the field, and Mr. Elite then is still in front of Umad Bro. We're down into turn 3 now. Umad Bro looking in his wing mirror, and he knows he's got the job done, and he is through. Mr. Elite is going to try and come back up, and there's contact there, and Brabbit is going to be, I think that was contact, it felt like it. Brabbit's going to be furious. That's been, I think he's been spun around twice there, and Brabbit is not going to be a happy chappy, unfortunately, on that one. Oh my goodness gracious me. Reflections got absolutely mugged there. Dylan, no silliness said. So Dylan there's just got to keep him in the 3-second window. Gordo is now been overtaken by Brabbit's teammate of Reflections, and Ewok is also in the facility as well. But these drivers are now starting to lose out over Mr. Elite for the final point, then, which Mr. Elite is currently got in 10th position at this moment in time. There are the penalties, and who's that in front then. I think that's Mr. Elite. Oh my word then. And almost getting through there. It's very tight there. There's a bit of a bottleneck in turn 11. It very much entices you in, don't it? Oh my word then. So currently in the moment, Pot Stuff leads then, but Dylan has still got DR Simone and he's having a look then, but he picked that the start finish straight was not long enough, believe it or not, then with Sweet in third position there. Homing in now, Sweet is. Has Sweet got a chance for a Grand Prix win and getting our third different race winner in silver? My goodness gracious me. Oh, that'll be absolutely fantastic stuff indeed then. Lemon should be driving today then. Dopey Lemon sounds flying up the order. My heart, oh my gosh, I've lost, where's me? Oh no! It's okay, I'm back. Mr. Elite in 10th position now. I lost me headset, so I flicked my head for some reason. Now AWOC in 3rd position, Nadine in 14th, Carbine 15th, Brabbit has come out of the pits down in 6th position. He's going to try and get as fast as that point, but he's going to be bitterly disappointed with how this race has transpired. Back on board with Dylan Moten, lap 27 out of 29 here. Here is the Alfa Romeo now. Sweet is just about 5 seconds back. There is Sweet, that he's still in the facility. So is Dopey Lemons as well. As if anything goes a bit on peak tongue here tonight, Mr. Elite and you mad bro just cannot leave each other alone. What incredible race in between these two. Gordo's been hung out to dry, and now Ewok is up into 12th position. Gordo down into 13th. I don't know, you mad bro is going to be losing that final point now because he's got a 6-second penalty. Ultimate Beast jumped down to 7th position now. He's got 8 seconds of penalty as well, Ultimate Beast has. Oh my goodness me, that's going to cost him, I think, points for himself and for the Ferrari team. And Beast there, almost spinning there. That's a very light back end there. And Gordo is back in front of Ewok there. Mr. Elite has got a penalty. That is a shameful Mr. Elite. That could cost him here. And now he's down in 10th position there. Make that 11th. Is that going to be? Nope, Reflections there just sticks back. Sits back ever so slightly. Ewok and Gordo once again. And goodness gracious me, the gloves are off in this one, aren't they? Oh my gosh there. And McLaren there wished that this race ended halfway through this one. As good Dylan takes the lead in the Australian Grand Prix. Now as Pot Stuff there. Oh, goodness gracious me. Absolutely incredible stuff here in Australia. And we got to Mr. Elite again. What is going on? Oh my gosh. On the outside, look right. That's the Mercedes Reflection. Well, Reflection's got a squirrel. And now that he is going to be home to defend, and he's harvested as well. The Mercedes is on the inside here. He should have. Oh my gosh, the Reflection's cutting across there. And I think he misjudged the Brabbit out of the Grand Prix, unfortunately. And I think that Nadine now in 2-11 position. He's got no penalty, so Nadine, he just needs to stay out of trouble here, doesn't he? If he can, of course, because he's got a whole load of drivers behind him. 29 out of 29 here. The top 4 with Farf in 5th position. There he is. My word. Absolutely incredible stuff for Farf. Sweet has currently got 2nd position. Pot Stuff's 3-second penalty could cost him here. Nadine doing a good job. He's doing a great job out there, which I must say has been bullied quite a bit, hasn't he, in the second half of the race set from Nadine, but he has been magnificent, and he's going to jump up in front of Umabro and Mr. Elite so far, maybe even Ultimate Beast as well. Oh my goodness gracious me. Now we got Dylan then. Look at this, and then Dylan then on the far lap race. And of course, this could be his 2nd Grand Prix win of the season for Dylan. Then this is going to be crucial. He does have to defend too much there because he knows that Pot Stuff's got a 3-second penalty. He's up the inside. Pot Stuff is and takes the lead. But is Dylan going to come back at him? He is coming back at him. Now look at the top 5, all in the same screenshot, all within a second of each other. Less than that, though. Mercedes is off. Reflection is off onto the grass there. Gordo's down into 13th. Ewok up in the 12th position. Pot Stuff out of the final turn. He is going to come across the line first, but it's going to be Dylan taking the win here in Australia. He wins the 2nd race of the season. Dylan wins the Australian Grand Prix. And relax. What an incredible end there to this race. Oh my goodness me. Well done to Dylan. Absolutely top stuff indeed. With Sweet getting 2nd. Great result from Sweet. His best result of his career in silver. And Pot Stuff getting 3rd position there. And that is exactly what Dylan has bounced back after the disappointment in Saudi Arabia. And what a way to do so. Magnificent stuff indeed there for Dylan. Magnificent stuff indeed. Driver of the days at the moment is far from 44%, 33% for Sweet, 22% for Dylan. Serious Mushroom, that's good for someone completely different. He reckons Dopey Lemons deserves a driver of the day as well. To be fair, I didn't put up the position changes in the when I think Smith when Smith was having a look there. As there is Dylan, he is going to be overjoyed with this result, isn't he? Second race win of the second race win of the season there for Dylan in pretty emphatic style indeed. He is going to be loving life there. Look at that as he is spraying the old bubbly. Wow, incredible. Incredible stuff indeed, and that is Dylan's sixth Grand Prix win of his career in silver, and his eighth podium as well there for Dylan. So just he is very much starting to become a major player in silver, isn't he? He already was a major player in silver, but now he has elevated himself even further. And don't think he's in the championship just yet, but I have to get out my old calculator. Dylan won his second race win of the season, as I mentioned, a sixth race win of his career in silver for Dylan. Magnificent, sweetest special result in second position there in silver. Magnificent. Pot stuff in third, and that 3-second penalty cost it. Dopey Lemons fourth. Great recovery in fifth. Magnificent. Tango in sixth, but he does have a 5-second penalty to be added there. Echo seventh for Ultimate Be Safe. Nadine on his debut ninth there. I think it should have been higher for McLaren. Mr. Elite in 10th. Umabro 11th. Ewok 12th. Gordo 13th. Reflections 14th. Carl Bryan in 15th. Brabbit out of the race there, along with Irvine, Jenner, Camarisa, and Vitold all retired from the Australian Grand Prix. I thought I was going to be all alone, but Dylan has joined me in the commentary box now. Dylan, that is your sixth Grand Prix win of your career in silver, and your second win to date. And you very much put the nightmares of Saudi Arabia to bed. Then talk us about that race if you can.
What do you call it? Obviously, it started on the slower tires because it affected on the what do you call it, the strategy rise because either what you call it, myself on mediums, I was not able to get ahead of pot stuff, but if I go on a long game, I had to go on the start on the hards and pretty much keep maintaining the pace for first stint, then what do you call it, on the second stint, the mediums were very good until the latter part of it. So yeah, it is.
And of course, that safety car came out at almost the perfect time for you then. So I bet you was happy to see that safety car, weren't you?
To be quite frankly, yes, because the fact the fact was what you call it. It kind of like a double-edged sword, if you get me, because the medium runners were going on the hard, the slower tire. I go on to the faster tire to the end of the race. So basically, what you call it, it kind of like, thankfully, it came out, worked into my favour.
And you certainly loved the close finishes. You had a close finish in Bahrain, and again here tonight. Then, would you rather just have one where you're just out in front and no one behind you?
To be quite frankly, I want one of the races that what you call it, just want to be relaxed instead of like close finishes. To be quite frankly, no, what you call it, Postov is brain racer in fairness to him. So I had a good fall of it on the final sector, but I had to think better of it because he has a pen in that kind of sense. So better not risk it.
And of course, this is a great drive after what happened in Saudi Arabia. Was you thinking about the issues that you had in Saudi Arabia, and was you concerned that they may repeat here tonight? That Saudi Arabia is a completely different circuit to Australia, but how did you put the disappointed Saudi Arabia behind you to get going here tonight?
I think on another one race at a time because each scenario is kind of like different in that kind of sense. Because Saudi Arabia, I got pretty much unlucky in that kind of sense because I again with Jeddah is what you call it, I got good pace, but not the result I'm hoping for. But this time it got even better than this week, but pretty much one race at a time in that kind of sense.
And then finally, then I would say that you're a championship contender now. Certainly, you and Potstuff have started off the season very well. Does that change your like mindset, like going into these races now, knowing that you're going to be one of the favourites then at the top of the timesheets and the race results as well, or are you just going to go into a bit more relaxed about life?
To be very kind of like relaxed in that kind of sense because Potstov I know far too well. Me and him race heaps of times, to be quite frankly, but at the same time, what you call, we've been racing each other kind of like at the same time, but at the same time, yeah, they're kind of like relaxed, but also sweating for that first pole position in this division, quite frankly.
Well, you've got another chance to get it in Azerbaijan the week Sunday. We're going on to the sprint next week then, Dylan. What do you make of the sprint then? That's another different challenge for you then. Do you welcome the sprint, or would you rather just a traditional Formula One weekend?
It depends that kind of way because the sprint is kind of like help out the lads who kind of like with the race pace, that kind of sense, like, but it kind of like endurance because you're not thinking about in Baku like 26 laps. It's more than 26. It kind of like 35 altogether. So it's going to be endurance in that kind of sense.
Yeah, it's going to be brutal, isn't it? Fantastic stuff though today, Dylan. Your sixth Grand Prix win of your career in silver. That is absolutely magical. Thank you very much then for that incredible race. I love that. And thank you to you guys at home as well. There has been absolutely magnificent stuff indeed there. Dylan won his second Grand Prix win of the season tonight. Really well done indeed. He was sweet in second. And in third position was Hot Stuff. No, wasn't Pot Stuff. Goodness me. Oh, God, God. He was Hot Stuff as well. That is it. Going to be it then for silver tonight. Tomorrow night, you've unfortunately got me again in the gantry. We have got bronze tomorrow night, and I must admit I can't remember what's going on in bronze, so I'll have to refresh myself later on. And then on Wednesday it is going to be Formula 2 as well. I cannot wait. Then join us for two more nights of action here. But from myself, from Dylan, and from everyone else in silver, it is goodbye.